I should know this. I should be able to do this research. But how early in your career did you start playing tackle and guard?
Tackle and guard. My third year I started doing that, and then my fourth season was first time playing guard full time. So.
Do you have a preference?
No, I just like to play. You know, situations on teams have happened where the guys get hurt or I get moved around to a spot and I'm able to go in and play and help the team win, and that's really what it's all about. You know, even here, doing some tight end stuff that I've done, I just love it. I love playing. I love being a teammate, being accountable to guys, and making an impact.
What does it take, you know, to be able to, like, what kind of skill set do you have to be able to do one week and the other one the very next week?
I think first you have to understand the offense as a whole. I think you have to understand the big picture, the scheme, what we're trying to get done on each play, because, you know, as you move to a different position, the techniques change pretty drastically, and the person you're blocking, their style can change pretty drastically. So having a good grasp of the offense is very important, because, you know, when you switch positions, it's more about, okay, what are my techniques? You know, what changes here for me? What guy am I blocking? As opposed to understanding who to block, it's more important to be able to focus on how to block them.
How much changes for you, if anything, that it won't be James in the pocket for the rest of the season?
I mean, obviously, you know, we're going to miss him. We love him. He's a great teammate, great leader. But I don't think a whole lot changes for us, especially as an offensive line. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have a quarterback back there. You got to protect him. You know, we know that whoever the guy is, they're going to be studying. They're going to be on top of the game plan. They're going to be accountable to their job, and we know that you know, we got to protect him, whoever that guy is. So we know that, and you know, we're going to run our offense, and it's going to be what it's going to be.
What was Trevor like, just as far as his command of the huddle and everything?
Extremely confident and calm. You know, he came in. You know, everyone's looking, right. It's a big moment, a tough moment. You know, everyone's kind of feeling for Jameis. Thought it was pretty serious in the moment. So Trevor came in, but he took command immediately, and I don't think he left any room for doubt. There was no doubt in that huddle. I think as soon as he called the first play, everyone was just like, all right, let's do it. Here we go. We got to finish this game out. We got to finish with a win.
Is maybe kind of a lighthearted question here. Last year, Sean announced on Friday after Drew went down that Taysom would start, but he said that the team knew it earlier in the week and you all had been practicing. Whether you know or don't know now, is it hard not to go home and tell your wife?
Oh,
Trevor
yeah.
starting, Taysom starting, or, you know?
Of course, you know, wives, families, kids, those are kind of an extension of us. And, you know, they understand how this business is and how injuries can affect teams, particularly at the quarterback position. You know, that's obviously the big name. Everyone's looking at it and wants to know what's going on. But they understand, you know, our families, they don't put us in a position that, you know, might make us uncomfortable or make us feel like, you know, I don't really want to answer that. So I think they know and understand what's expected of us, and they're more concerned about, you know, each of us and our individual days and our jobs.
Without saying next man up mentality, like, what's in the DNA of this team that you guys can lose literally, it seems like, anybody, and it just keeps rolling? I mean,
I think it says a lot about the culture here, about the guys that are brought in from different teams, the guys that are drafted. You know, the management and the coaches, they know what they're looking for, and they know what type of guy that is, and I think it's just a big testament to, you know, if you're here, it's for that reason. You know, you expect so much out of yourself as a player, and then we expect so much out of us as a team. And I think when you have a group of guys like that, you know, it becomes a little bit easier to replace a guy here with an injury, or, you know, 1 week here, 1 week there, that type of situation. And yeah, I just think it's the whole group, it's everyone. You know, there's 47 or 46 guys on game day, but it's really, you know, however many guys we got in the building, I don't know, 60 some. But it's everyone as a collective.
thanks for not using the phrase.
Yeah.
Speaking of injuries, what was the mood around the building today after the news that Mike Thomas said that he's done for the year?
Yeah, it's always tough. It's always tough when a guy's done for the year, no matter who it is. And then obviously, you know, someone with that skill level is just incredible. So it's really tough, but without using next man up, that is what it is. You know, it's going to give another guy an opportunity to prove himself that's been working really hard all throughout camp, all throughout the off season, and all throughout the season. It's going to give a guy to step up and make plays, and I think you've seen that, particularly with our wide receivers the last few years, that guys have stepped up and made plays, and that's what we're going to do, and we know we got the guys to get it done.
James, what do you think of Taysom's, or not Taysom, Adam Troutman's block of Lavonte David, the one where AK squared.
Yeah, it was really impressive. The fact that, there was a bobble back there, so it took a little bit longer. And then, Trout was still on the guy, driving him through the end zone. Everyone knows, that scheme, it's a one-on-one, that's the block, that's the touchdown block, and he made it. We expected him to make it. He's a great player, just getting better and better every single week. So, I definitely expected him to make it, but when it happens, it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, we had talked to him last week or so about, and he said that he really enjoyed the physical part of that, and that he couldn't have anticipated that he'd like it that much when he was a quarterback, in college or whatever.
Yeah.
But you see that in him in terms of embracing the contact. With
Absolutely,
position.
yeah, absolutely. From a rookie last year, I mean, some of the blocks he was making out there were like, everyone in the building's like, dang, like this guy's for real. So obviously, playing quarterback and having that experience, but coming in now, I mean, he's been a really, really good player for our offense. Can do everything, it seems like. So it's a very valuable person to have on your team.
Are you ever going to get a chance to show him up as a dual threat, as the sixth offensive?
I mean, I don't want to give anything away in these press conferences. That could be tipped off.
Yeah, but you could do it, right?
Well, yeah.
Sneak down the
never say never. Yeah, never say never.
So obviously Philly won the Super Bowl, and Malcolm was on that team a couple years ago when their starter got hurt, and they had a second-string quarterback in there who did well. In this case, how big of a deal is it for an offense to absorb a starter going out for the rest of the year, and then to find out that one of the most productive receivers in the game also won't be coming back?
Right. Yeah, that's a lot, especially in a short time frame, for sure. But I kind of said it, earlier. It's like the way that we move and the way that we operate. It's just, hey, let's move forward. Worrying about the past, that's not gonna add any value to our locker room and to our team, and it's not going to help us in any way. So just moving forward with who we have and understanding guys' strengths and weaknesses, and just being accountable as a good teammate. That's gonna put you ahead in a lot of situations.
It sounds like you're saying, though, from your experience, not necessarily every team would handle it very well, but you've just come to believe that this team is set up to potentially handle it better than most would.
Yeah, I think so. I've only been on 2 teams, so I don't have a huge sample size there. But yeah, I think so. I think guys are just are resilient. I think they understand what it takes to move past an injury, particularly big important injuries, and dwelling on it certainly isn't the answer.
What went through your mind when Alex Arma had his receiving touchdown last week?
Just really excited for him. Running over there, wanting to celebrate with him. He got the ball. Clearly was going to spike it. Brings it back. Hits someone's leg, and then it's kind of like a disastrous moment. I think he made up for it, though. I think he put a goat into the ground after he kind of regained composure. But yeah, really excited for him.
What is it? As offensive linemen don't necessarily get credit, and fullbacks don't usually either.
Yeah.
So how big was that? Just seeing that? A fullback scores.
Yeah. It's huge, and a job like that, right? He's just running his head, into linebackers all day long, just crushing people, and then for him to be able to go out and catch a pass, obviously. Touchdowns in games like that are so huge. They're so important as opposed to field goals. So, a guy being able to score that, usually is a job that doesn't have much glory. So having a guy like that score touchdowns is really, really awesome, and you just feel great for him.
I mean, you guys, as an offense, went back to the cut-ups, and you saw the Garrett Griffin catches and the Kevin White catch and the Alex Arma touchdown. Was there any kind of reaction, emotional or otherwise?
I mean, excitement for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin White, huge play. Griff had, a few of them, and then the touchdown. Yeah, like you said with Arma, it's exciting to see everyone kind of get in on the action. That, that's going to make you even harder to defend, right? Because you can't just say, hey, well, they're throwing the ball this guy, this guy, this guy. So it's a bunch of people contributing, and it makes your offense more complete and more well-rounded.
It's the embodiment of next man up.
That's right. Yeah, great phrase. Great phrase.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.